Well, hello and welcome to an edition of the quadratics that we're working on. Today we're going to be working on how do you write an equation for the quadratic. So we've been doing just the opposite. We've been taking quadratic equations and factoring them and finding the solutions and graphing them and so forth. And now we're going to go backwards and we're actually going to write the equation given some information. And so again, your learning intentions is you're going to be able to write equations given whatever information that I have to give you. And so the first one that we're going to talk about, so this will probably be a three-part video, and this one, it will be to write the equation for the given function if you're given the vertex and a point on the graph. So we're going to start that. So we're going to talk a little about, so like if you have a scatter plot, like the equation of it. We're going to have to remember what our product rule means, and again, what intercepts mean. On that and get started, there's a couple other ones we need, and that's standard form and vertex form. So we'll talk about those also on there. So go ahead and get started. So the first one that we're going to look at is how do you write the equation you are given a point. So hopefully it makes sense to if you're going to write an equation in the vertex, and you probably want to use X. Let's write that down real quick. So hopefully you remember equals a x minus h squared. Okay, and so by given, remember our vertex is our HA. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and go straight to our problem. So if y equals, and I'm going to write the whole thing out again, a x minus h squared plus, I'm going to go ahead and fill in what I know. Since I know the vertex, I know that is my a. Since I know a point, so I know 4 of the values that are there. So let's just do that. So that would be the same. A, I don't know, is h is 2. Plus k. So all I've done is plugged in what all I know. Now, if you'll look, the only thing that I don't know is a. And so we're going to be able to find what that a value is. We're just going to do a simplify an equation. So on this side, I'm just going to simplify 0 minus 2. That's a negative 2. Go ahead and write that in, I guess. And now I know a negative 2 squared is 4 and plus 3. Now, guys, be very careful here. I don't want to take in 4 plus 3 because that 4 is times the a. Let's just flip it around so that it looks a little bit neater and compared to what we're normally used to seeing. How about that? Now let's solve it for a. So I'm going to minus the 3. I get 4 equals 4a. So I know my a is just 1, okay? So, but that's still not writing our equation. All we've done, all that work was to just find what the a value was. To write my equation, so y equals a, that's 1. I need to put that x minus h squared plus k. Whoops, plus, how about not k? I said k, but I went for it. Okay, plus, and the number for k is 3. There we go. Okay, so when you go back in and put everything in, our vertex and our a. Okay, and you could write that down. So first step, we'll just make it a little simple here, is find a, that I said, find a, your h and k. So final steps there. Okay, let's go ahead and do number 2. Your vertex, which is your HK. Again, I like writing that in. Your point, which is your XY. I like writing that in. Also like rewriting my basic equation. Okay, so I'm just going to substitute things in. So Y is 8. A is what I'm going to look for. X is the minus is in the formula. H is a negative 1, so be careful there. Squared. K is 4. Now I'm just going to simplify. 1 minus a negative, that becomes plus. So I heard plus 4. And 2 squared is 4 plus 4. I'm going to move the 4 over again. 4a. I should have given you one where a was not the number 1, but a is not always going to be 1, just FYI. It just happens to be here. So again, now I'm going to find a. I did that. Now I'm going to put my HK in. So y equals a, which is 1, x minus h, and this minus a negative, so this could be plus 1 squared plus 4. Final answer. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense to you. We'll be doing some more of those together. Again, if that doesn't make sense, you might want to run through it again, but it's pretty easy. You just put in all your numbers that you know, find your a, and then put back in your vertex.